Yo, I'm so excited. And I feel like I just talked about this last Friday.
Mhm.
Um DJ Academics is super super good friends with Vlad, right?
Mhm. You introduced us to him the other day. Not all of us know who that is, but yes.
um and it was really fun because like right after I did the podcast, he went on or he had Vlad on his podcast. And that was really cool for me,
Mhm.
because it's a friend of his. They support each other. They do their own thing. And the one thing that happened was that DJ Academics got in trouble for. He gets in trouble a lot. I think he got in trouble for talking about women.
Okay. Hi.
Um, and he talks about men way more. So I'm just kind of curious what you guys think. Do men
Oh, I gotta be really centered, don't I?
Yeah, you gotta be center.
There we go.
if you yeah, right? Like with the chair, yeah, the chair moves. Uh yeah, I'm just kind of curious. If you talk about men more, it seems to be okay. If you talk about women more, it doesn't seem to be okay. So I'm just kind of curious if you guys are seeing that at all.
Jeffrey, go ahead.
Shit, I don't
Man of so many words. Um,
know what's going on.
yeah, I mean, I think that um I think it could be two things. So mostly men don't talk about men in any other light than being strong and providers and or the complete other side, which is this whole idea of toxic masculinity, deadbeat dads. Like you kind of don't really hear too many men that are talked about in the most respectable way or men that struggle with stuff,
Yeah.
whereas women are looked at differently. So, women, for instance, being able to talk, I know one of the narratives that I see a lot now is women talking about um, infertility and talking about the struggle of that and talking about the struggle of miscarriages and talking about the struggle of, um, just simple medical care and how it's
Yeah.
dismissed. So I know that that is a new kind of touchy subject. Um, but I think there is a little bit of a, I guess, double standard, I guess you could call it. Whereas,
I don't know if it's a double standard. I just know that um especially for academics, it's a he does talk about men in a certain light.
how does he talk about them?
He gives them absolute shit. Like he does not
Okay.
hold back. It's a free for all.
So
Um
he criticizes
so he
men.
criticizes men and women in the same.
Breath.
Yeah.
So
So
nobody's off the table.
right.
Okay.
So what they're saying is that like Queen Latifah's a little bit mad,
Hmm.
but do you want like what do you want? Do you
But
want it?
why is she's mad because he speaks about women the same way that he speaks about men?
Yeah, but what she's saying is that he doesn't speak about men enough, which is unfair. Right?
Hmm.
Like 90% of what he talks about is men in hip hop.
Okay.
And
Oh, and she's saying that you're
and
not talking about
yeah,
all men. You're only
sh
talking about specific
her
men.
narrative is that black women are the most disrespected women on the planet, which okay, fine. If that's what you feel like, that fine, that's what you feel like. Um and she's saying that you don't you can't talk about black men the same way that you talk about black women. And he's like, listen, I'm media. I can talk about whoever I want,
However, I want.
however I want.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I don't, I'm not mad at it.
You're
You know what
not
I
mad at that he is staying true to.
Yeah, I'm not mad that he is just like, here I am. This is
Mhm.
what it's kind of the same thing as like, Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked, or, it like you can take any of them. They're fearless. They're talking. If you do some shit and you put yourself in the spotlight, then you're gonna get talked about.
Yeah. Yep.
Period. End of
Mhm.
story. Because you are a celebrity, because you are
On social media because you
whatever,
invite.
because you're the girlfriend of whoever, because you're gonna get talked about.
Mhm.
There's no there's no one's getting any like, hey, you get a pass.
Mhm.
So I'm not mad at it. I I've never seen anything on DJ Academics that makes me think that uh he gives a pass to women, or he gives a pass to men and doesn't give a pass to women.
Mhm.
He just, if you're in the spotlight, you're in the spotlight and you're going to get it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think that that's what these
I
platforms are made for. Like, everybody has a platform. Everybody and anybody can have a platform, and if they feel that they have something to say about anybody,
yeah, if you I
that's
mean,
what.
but to me that's what's like reporting the news, right? Like, if you're media and you say you're media and you're reporting the news, then you're reporting the news.
Yeah, and the news can be something different for someone else than it
Yeah.
is for the other person. Yeah.
I don't know.
But I mean, I think that.
I think it's part of the ecosystem, and I will always come back to this because I feel it's important, because it's part of, we touched on this, like Vlad Vlad brings up new talent and makes it part of his ecosystem, right? So he has Jason Lee, he has Adam 22. He can call on whoever he wants to just jump on his podcast, his platform, whatever. And he has, as far as guests, he has a million guests. Boosie, you know, uh, shoot, I forget his name. He's a stand-up comic. He's pretty freaking awesome. But that's how I found him in the past, and I think that's what all the good podcasters do. The same way that I always say, like, Sevon has his group too. Um, and even Republican right, uh, not right wing, that's not the right thing, but just people with conservative values, they have their own thing too, right? So, like, it's Candace Owens, it's Ben Shapiro, Bill Maher's kind of jumping into the fray. Uh, they're all kind of just, if they can all go on each other's platforms and they can all, move together,
Mhm.
it's better for whatever you're trying to do.
Yeah, isn't there that statement? If you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, go with other people.
Yes. And
So.
the building a village isn't a bad thing.
Mhm.
We talk about building a village for our kids.
Mhm.
We talk about building a village, it's not a bad thing. And I think they're kind of showing us the way, and whether or not you want to follow it is up to you.
Mhm.
But it's kind of fun to watch, and I've definitely enjoyed watching them do it, watching them grow their community, watching them grow their village, watching them grow, you know, up. Well, because you could Vlad has his own ecosystem. Sevon has his own ecosystem. Charlemagne has his own ecosystem. Um, you could probably say Craig Ritchie has his own ecosystem.
Yeah, for sure. The
Uh,
Buttery Bros.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's you're all kind of coming together with your own platforms, with your own following, and you're leveraging it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's I think you should. I don't think you should try to make enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out where your ecosystem is and jump in that ecosystem, right? It's That's not a bad thing, I don't think.
No, and it doesn't always have to be the same people that agree with the same things that you do. I think it's actually better to have people of conflicting views, you know, to be able to
Yeah,
sit
if
down and
you're
have a conversation
yeah.
and see things differently and hear each other out. Um, but why, I guess, kind of going back to the beginning or whatever, with the fact that, because you obviously have some more details on this, why doesn't Queen Latifah believe that, um, who was it? It's not Vlad, the other guy you were talking about?
Oh, academics.
Yeah, that he doesn't talk about men the same way as he talks about women,
No, he does. He
or he's
absolutely
not
does.
allowed to talk about men the same way that he is about women.
Oh, good question. Um, I don't know. I've been kind of messing with this in my own head for a minute now. I I don't know what the culture says for men right now, right? It's been a matriarchal system for a minute.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go 10, 15 years probably. Like, men can't say anything because if they say something in this environment, they're gonna get messed up about it.
Mhm.
Um, so
Do you think that that goes back? Because then you have some people that say that men shouldn't be allowed to have feelings. They should just be, back to the typical stereotype of what a man is, and that by giving men the opportunity to have feelings and have emotions so publicly, not saying that they shouldn't have them with their most intimate person, whether it's a spouse, a girlfriend, the mother of their child, whoever their most intimate person is, that they shouldn't have feelings and they shouldn't be able to express those. I mean, we talk about mental health all the time, and men also suffer from mental health because you have both sides where it's you can't say anything because you're
yep.
supposed to be a man. So do you feel like in some ways certain people believe that men shouldn't be talked about in any other light than just being strong providers for their partners?
Ooh. Uh,
I mean, I know that was kind of a lot, but
yeah, I struggle with that sentiment a lot. Shoot. I would say that the stoic hmm, I would say that the stoic stereotype for men is not a bad thing, right? Uh, I do think I can only speak from where I come from, right?
Mhm.
So I grew up um I grew up listening to my grandfather. I grew up being a very big like my grandfather was my role model, right? So I definitely believe that my job in this life is to provide and protect for you, my wife, for my child, to make sure that you guys are always okay. Um, if there's a bullet to be taken, I'm gonna take it. Like, that's just what I was shown. I do not think that is a bad thing. Um, I don't do emotions very well, so I'm not going to say that I think I think men's coping skills as compared to women's coping skills are very different.
Mhm.
Um, and I don't think that's a bad thing, right? So I used to absolutely hate Andrew Tate. I used to hate him, like, with a passion. I don't hate him anymore. I've kind of watched him grow up a little bit and watched his interviews lately. Um, I've seen what kind of trouble he's been in, but I don't hate what he's saying. I don't hate that men should be strong. Um, that that I don't know. There's a lot of questions I want to ask. Uh, I mean, Jeff, I know what's your philosophy on feelings? What do you do with feelings? Because I feel like I agree with you when it comes to that.
Uh, I shouldn't answer that question.
No, do it because I agree with you on how you process feelings. What do
On
we do?
how I process feelings.
Yes. You shove them down as far as you can and you deal with future Jeff problems
At the
later.
door.
Yes. What, baby?
Yes.
Yes.
Little bit. Be careful.
Yes, you put them in a jar
Yes.
and you put that jar somewhere and you forget about it
Yep.
Why?
until they come back. You know,
But why?
in the form of rage. I mean, why?
Why do you put them in a jar and put the top on them and like shake the jar and put it down on the table and wait for the top to pop off because they're gonna come back up again?
Yeah,
Why not just
in the
take
form
the
of
time to
rage.
talk about them when they're there?
Talk about them with who?
Wherever you have the feelings with.
Doesn't matter though. Do they care?
Right. Because we have other things to do.
Are they really gonna help fix it or
Right.
turn it around?
There's other things to do. There's other things to go do. There's other problems in the household to go fix. There's just other things to do. And dealing with emotions or problems that aren't, is it relevant to what's happening right now? If it's not relevant to what's happening literally right now, then we don't have time. So, and we'll deal with those later.
Future Jeff problems.
Future Jeff problems. And I don't know. I can't say. I can say that I feel like uh I feel like masculine emotions have been pushed aside and made to feel like shit for a very long time. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I'm figuring it out. I kind of right now I'm in the process of being like I don't feel like that's a good thing. I think masculine responses and masculine is not necessarily toxic masculinity, right? Um I think it can be helpful and it can be useful and the way men naturally respond to things is a good thing and men's voices are a good thing. Um
When you say masculine emotion, what do you mean? Not having emotion?
yeah, right. Like we've been through a lot in the last decade probably, right? Of women and I get why. I get why the voice happened, the Me Too movement, um, because we understand, right, that men are more powerful than us. We 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 just can't defend ourselves against men if men feel like using their emotions in a way that is detrimental to women. So initially, and we want to just immediately be like, men can't have those emotions because if they have those emotions, we can't defend ourselves. But on the flip side, we need men to have those emotions too because we also need them to protect us. I don't know. I'm figuring it out, but it just I understand where the Me Too movement came from, but also we need men to be men. We need men to they're bigger than us. They're stronger than us. They're faster than us. I'm not trying to kill something gross. You know what I mean? And I'm okay with saying that.
Mm-hmm.
It's I'm not as big as I am. I don't want to go fight an intruder.
Mm-hmm.
I will, because that's just my innate behavior too. I want to fight. I want that's just my. But men also have to feel like they can and they can speak, and whenever they speak, it's not a bunch of women being like, "Oh, you're horrible." I don't know. I'm figuring it out. I don't know how I completely feel about it, but I feel like men have lost something over the last 15 years that they need back.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of shifts that are happening, because I also believe that there are a lot of women that are saying that certain things just don't work for them.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing about like, you do what I say when I say. I don't think a lot of women they don't
Like
respond to that.
I gotta ask you. I mean, and me and most people don't know I'm even a girl,
Mm-hmm.
but men will open the door for me, and I feel a certain flutter in my heart when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Oh, right. Pause.
We are.
But I do. I feel that
If that was
certain.
meant to be an insult, like,
Yeah,
we are
like
gay.
it's fine, gay. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I'm not gonna say I don't when a dude wants to, hold the door open or no calls me ma'am or something. Like there's a certain little butterfly feeling in here
Love,
that
flutter,
I
flutter.
yeah,
Go ahead,
just
Jeffrey. You
like
can say it.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just biology. I feel. I mean,
Mhm.
if you want to say that biology is I'm gay, and okay, I haven't figured that out either. But if biology is that I'm gay and I'm just a more masculine female, there's a little bit of that biology in me too. That's like when my grandfather, was awake in the house and I knew that the house was safe, that I felt good. That when there's a man in the house and around, I feel good.
Mhm.
It's I I don't feel like that's a bad thing,
No, I don't
right?
either. I don't either. But what I'm saying is that this whole idea about men not being able to have emotions or feelings, I think each person is entitled to the way that they feel that they want to have their emotions. And like I said, whether it's with the most intimate person in their life, that's one thing. You know, but I also think that there's this stereotype around the fact that men can't have any emotions. And then my question is, are we surprised that men blow up or are committing suicide, or like, is there any like correlation to that about the fact that like, you can't have any feelings, you can't have any self-doubt, you can't have any sort of quote unquote feminine feelings, because if you do, that makes you less of a man.
Yeah, but
You know,
what's a feminine feeling? And also, is it that or is it that men just can't have fun anymore? Like you can't just be
What's fun?
like fun, like the way that we are 15-year-old boys in the deli. The way that I'm like, "Hey, you
Oh,
gonna get that meat?" And you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna get that meat." You know what I mean? Like, just the fact that boys can't say anything, because if you say something like that, like, women will have a heart attack. So is it that men can't have feminine feelings, or is it that you just can't be yourself anymore?
I think it's also around the people that you choose to be like that around.
Yeah, like, I know I have way more fun now just being
Fucking
able
around, yeah.
yeah, just
Yeah.
being able to be like, we were in the deli today, and I was like, "Yo, I'll vacuum the store, just pull that out for me." And he was like and I was like, "Oh, I said it." But if you're not, if that's offensive to you, then what
But-
are we doing?
But that's you two together.
I know,
You
but
know,
is
and
that
again, that's also, what I say all the time is that not everybody is entitled and gets to be around the true version of who you are. And when you get comfortable, it's like that, those memes or those reels that's like, this is how I sound when you first meet me, but this is how I really am when you really get to know me. I think those are very
fair.
accurate.
Yeah,
because,
do you trust the person that you're with to just be that honest and that open and that?
Yeah, my laugh is way different around you guys than it is around people that I know, that I've seen.
You know, Jeff was like,
whatever.
when we were talking about the vacuum, Jeff was like, yeah, I'll stick it in and make it longer for you. And it was like, I'm okay.
Yep.
Is that what we're doing? We're leaving it in now. And then it just keeps going and escalating. And I don't think that's.
But that's
with
certain people.
Is that toxic masculinity though? Or is that just.
Some might say it is.
Yeah. A lot of people might say it is.
Why though?
Let's see. They think it's perverted, immature, childish,
I will say this, and I would ask both of your opinions just because.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You
Almost died.
Yeah. Lean in, buddy. Lean.
No, I
in.
almost died. I did the thing.
You did the thing, yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, and I'm trying to play with. Oh, pause. I'm trying to figure it out in my mind, in my mind's eye. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And is it because? Oh, this is gonna sound so crass, and I'm so sorry, but I really.
Don't
But-
apologize.
Come
Just
on.
say it.
Pull the band-aid off.
But just because men can stick it in, right? So it's I know. I'm sorry. But because women, we have to deal with with the pain that comes with our first time. We have to deal with how much it hurts if a dude decides that it's his and he can take it if he feels like it. So when men joke around about having something that can actually hurt a female if they feel like it, not only just the one time, the first time we ever have sex, but just that men have something that can hurt us if they feel like it, we can't joke about it because it's actually possible to do. Right?
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
I'm kind of following you there.
I feel like if everybody just had holes
We
or
do.
orifices,
I mean,
where
we
do you want to
do.
go? You want
I
to
mean,
go
we do
orifices?
all
We
technically
do,
have
though.
holes.
Yeah, I mean, men can be hurt too with a phallus, but it's kind of more of a woman thing to be like, oh, men can overpower us. There's something that can hurt us. They have something that can hurt us at any time they feel like it. It's almost like your penis is a weapon,
Sounds like jail.
That's what I was gonna say.
right?
Mhm.
So
When it's viewed as a weapon,
yeah,
it obviously has to be. The woman has to be very trusting to.
yeah. And
Wait. Who's viewing penises as weapons? What's happening?
But
this whole left society is, and before that, before it even went super
because
left.
in more times than not, when you hear stories about women, it has to do with some sort of sexual assault.
Yeah, and
So
Okay.
when you're looking at or you're hearing the conversations, so what she's saying is that because a man's penis is looked at as a weapon, if
'Cause not
there's
only-
people that are joking about it,
yeah, it becomes
it can be classified as toxic masculinity because
even though it's not,
because you're laughing about something that
could possibly actually
Or
hurt.
has hurt people,
right.
in the world at some point
Yeah.
in time. Like, yes, out of joking
Yeah, I
matter.
think it's just
Yada,
a
yada,
mentality
yada.
that you have the physicality to overpower us, and then you have something in your pants that could possibly hurt something in my pants.
Okay.
And so no matter if you're joking or you're not joking, if you want to be super hyper about it, you can be like, oh, they're just out to hurt us. And every joke that you make is so instead of you getting to just have fun and just be dudes and be whatever and joke about your penis and joke about things that whatever, women are like, no, you can't do that because that could actually hurt us.
Or it has.
Or it has hurt
Yeah.
us. Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Aggression, violence, suppression. Oh my God! Wow, we
Yeah.
are bad. We are just bad people, aren't we?
It's more about the crowd that you're talking to. It's more about the women that you're talking to.
And I'm not saying I absolutely get it. It's happened to more women than probably it should have happened to.
Mhm.
Right? So they're not going to be as receptive to dudes just being dudes. But at the same time, I think the majority of women in the last 10 to 15 years have just been like, oh, men are not allowed to actually be men, because if you are actually men and have those thoughts and those processes, that means you're going to hurt us. And
most men are just rolling over and accepting it.
And most men are just
we
like,
want to keep the women happy.
Yeah.
But then no one's happy.
And yeah, right.
Women don't get what they want. Men don't get what they want. It's a weird thing.
So then men aren't getting this, or women aren't getting the strong men that they want, and men don't get to actually just have fun and be
what they
figure it
do,
out.
but they do it with just their friends, so they're not with anybody.
So you're not canceled.
They're just with their friends. They don't care about anything else and forget having a family and doing all the things with that.
Yeah.
Well, it's fun.
Yeah. I think men are getting their mojo back though, because I've been seeing more just men not giving a crap and just having a good time and just talking and the culture that they're kind of creating is being more accepted, and they just don't care anymore, and they're just like, hey, I'm not out to hurt you, but I'm just gonna be me. And I'm not mad at it. Like I
that's fair.
So
yeah, I think, I mean, going back to what you initially said, having a platform and choosing to do it on a very live platform where multiple people are going to hear about it. I know we've talked about it pretty much on every single podcast we've had. It just depends on your audience. It depends on the people that are coming to your space, men and women, of like, so-and-so says this, I respond to it one way, you might respond to it another way. And that has more to say about me than it does about that person. If they choose to say something that's disrespectful, okay, I don't have to like it. I also can take that information and dig deeper into what's going on with me and see why that was so upsetting. But again, like we always say, assholes will be assholes. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter what you say. If you are choosing to be a fucking asshole, okay.
If you're an asshole, you're just an asshole. I have no qualms with that. Race, gender, whatever, sexual orientation, I don't care. If you're an asshole, you're just an asshole. I don't discriminate. But I feel like this is a good time frame now to start to talk about this, because unfortunately, men, like, they can speak up for themselves and they can have their own echo chamber that's like, yeah, I believe what you believe. But unless women, like, not men start to speak up for men, they don't get a voice.
Well, I mean, some women do.
Yeah.
And they get shit up by the rest of the women.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that's why it's starting to become okay, because people are starting to speak up for that. It wasn't shoot. We were talking about
there's a lot
it.
of podcasts with girls doing that. Oh my God. I saw
Yeah, no, they've started. Yeah, girls have started to retract some stuff. And
well, there's like one or two that will come in and say a couple words.
Yeah.
And like other girls in the room were like, oh shit, you're right. Like, yeah, I am. Good job. It's great.
But like it's the same thing where it's like, is it fair for just regular men to just be regular men and assert their masculinity? Is it fair for just regular gay people to come in and just be, we're just regular gay
Just regular
or
gay.
regular transgender? We're not trying to push shit on anybody. We're not trying to do shit to anybody. We're not trying to make anybody uncomfortable. But you have all these people that are trying to make shit uncomfortable, and it's like, not today, bro. Like, I'm tired. I don't feel like it.
Mhm.
I don't have this agenda. I'm just trying to live a regular life and be a regular person and not, I'm trying to, watch Genuine or you know what I mean? Just figure out how to be a dude, just figure out how to fucking whatever, get some girl to like me on Instagram. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to creep anybody out or do anything weird or whatever, but if if we don't start talking for the people that need it, then it's kind of the same thing I'm dealing with when it comes to, can black people be racist? I kind of think that they can. I'm not sure, but
Don't kind of. They can be.
they, I just,
Yes, they can be.
right.
So there's
I
no
don't
kind of.
know.
No kind of. It's a thing.
It's so weird. I was so much taught that black people can't be racist because they weren't the oppressors.
Maybe
But
in
does
the
it
beginning.
matter who you are? If you don't like somebody because of their skin tone, then you don't like somebody because of their skin tone, and isn't that, I feel like that's racist. So what are we doing? And it's starting to become a little bit weird. The fact, what was the last one? What did they call us? Because so let's go down the line. Babe, you're white as shit. I'm white as shit, but my dad is black, and you're black as shit, but your mom's white. So does chalk chihuahua offend anybody?
Chalk Chihuahua.
Right. Or albino monkey? Because that's what they're coming up with for white people.
It's
Anybody?
amazing. That's amazing.
And also, is that racist, or is that just a like
I
weird
mean, you
attempt?
you say it. I'm thinking of an actual albino monkey. I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you ever is there such a thing
I'm
as,
I'm sure there is, or just in cartoons or some fake movies. But still, that's all I'm thinking about when you say albino monkey. Is just a white albino monkey. And
yeah, I just thought about a white-haired monkey.
yeah,
Is that, do I take offense to that? No.
no, not at all.
Do you take offense to cracker?
Talking to you,
Me?
lady.
Yeah, you too. Do you take offense to cracker?
Someone called me a cracker. I'd be confused.
That would.
Like
I mean,
cracker
I'm
ass
like
cracker?
I'm
Like
a
if you did
graham
the whole
cracker at
Chris Rock,
most.
like you crack ass cracker, like do you take offense to that?
No,
Well, didn't someone, was it in the store that literally left saying something about a cracker or whatever, was talking? Wasn't there that guy that was like, these crackers are pissed or something?
Yeah.
These crackers are pissed
Oh
off.
yeah, and it was a white guy that said
Yep.
it, dude.
And then Kim walked in and she was
Bro,
like, did they
Kim is a
actually-
black lady.
Did they
and-
actually
and-
say that?
Yes. And she was looking at me and I was like, yo, that's a mad white man at apparently white people. So I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what the rules are. I'm trying to figure out what the rules are. I'm trying to figure out if white people can actually be racist. Like in my mind, because I was always taught no.
yes, they exist.
Ooh,
Just so we're all clear. Okay, I'm done now.
good. Albino monkey. Did you find a chalk chihuahua?
No, I did not. Wasn't looking for that one. I wanted to know.
Yeah. Listen, this world is weird. I'm trying to figure it all out. I'm trying to talk it all out.
I just think that's, and you have people that are using statements or names like that to hurt you.
But
I think is the bigger conversation. Like they're,
but is it a thing? Because it's a TikTok challenge. So if you're black and you're doing that and you're actually trying to find derogatory terms towards white people that
Oh, fucking TikTok. That's
but
another reason to
are
stay
you
the fuck
trying
off
to
TikTok.
find them that are going to hurt white people as much as the N-word? Because that's never going to happen. You're never, ever, ever going to find a slur. You want to call white people mayo. You want to call them whatever. Nothing is ever going to hurt as hard as the N-word. So no white person is ever going to be like, yo, I'm going to fight you because you called me chalk chihuahua.
Why didn't you say the word though?
What?
The word you didn't say.
The N-word?
Yeah, that one.
Why didn't I say it?
Why didn't you say it?
Because you can't say it.
You can say
I can't say.
it.
My eyes are blue. I
I'm
can't say
sorry.
it. I can't say it.
I've seen your daddy. You could say it.
No, I can't.
You could say it while next to your dad, calling him dad.
I can say it next to my dad with you and my sisters. That's about the only time that I can
I
say
don't
it.
know. Your daddy might look at you and be like,
No, I said it in front of him already. It's
"Oh,
fine.
did you?"
Yeah, it's the culture. But no, but
Okay.
no, I can't say it. I do not.
I never have.
It's the same thing. It's a higher. It's the. Oh, I don't know the correct word, but there's like a hierarchy to. I don't know. I am too much of a light-skinned mixed kid to say that word without, I don't know, my black card with me. Like I need my sister or you or somebody with me sitting next to me. I can't say it. But I can't say it. I would never just walk around public and throw that out there. I would never sing
Yeah.
it. I would never nothing because people would be like, yo, your motherfucking eyes are blue. You can't say shit. So bring up, you got a picture of your brother? Because your brother shouldn't say it either. But because he's in Utica, motherfucker can
Well,
say it.
the difference is everyone knows him there. That's why.
That's right.
That's why he
Exactly.
can say it there.
Could he just walk into some people in Atlanta and just be like, yo,
Probably not.
probably not.
Nope. Not a good. Not a
I
good.
mean,
choice.
not with the hard ER at the end. I don't know if I have him on here.
Not with an A at the end.
I don't know. I don't think you can do it.
I don't think so.
Oh, I went wrong.
People don't believe there's more mixed kids looking like me. There's actually more. You can Google it. There's mixed kids that look like me. And we can't say it. We're not allowed to say it, but we're supposed to learn history.
No, I don't have him on Instagram. Sorry,
Yeah,
I don't. And I don't have Facebook on my computer logged in, so we gotta look.
Well, we're just gonna keep trying to figure it out and keep having these gluten things conversations. So thank you guys. Appreciate you helping me think it out.
Oh, wrong
Think
way.
it out.
We went this way. We went to go this way.
Oh,
Bye.
yeah. What? How does it go?
This
That way. Got it. New screens.
Bye.
Love you guys.
Love
Bye.
you.